So I recently bought a new car. This is my 2010 Miata MX-5. I just got it a couple weeks ago, but because I'm in Michigan, it's kind of snowy out, and today was the first day that it was actually kind of warm, that I wanted to record something about it. So this is the introduction of it. I haven't done anything to it, haven't washed it, haven't got to get new tires for it. I haven't done an oil change. But a little bit about this car. Like I said, it's a 2010. It's the NC2, so it has some of the nicer kind of upgrades. It has the sport suspension, and it's got a better engine than the NC1. My plan with this is to do like autocross and then some track and maybe some drifting. This is purely just kind of like a learner car that I wanted to practice on. But my basic plans are to do like roll cage, seats, some tires, suspension, just basic track day stuff. You can tell that it was repainted because of the light paint in some areas. It's not great, but it's fine for what I'm using it for. Doesn't look like it was really crashed or hit anywhere. It's got a small rip up in the soft top up here, but I plan to do a hard top eventually. But I'll make this one work for now. I'm going to do some probably flex tape or something right there. It's got 70,000 miles. It's a sport, so it's got red interior, red leather interior. Nothing on the no buttons on the steering wheel, which kind of sucks. It is a 5-speed manual, and then I just have stuff for basic tune-up, spark plugs, oil filter, oil. Other than that, the interior is pretty clean. There's no rips in the seats. Like I said, it's got 70,000 miles. The engine sounds pretty good in it. Pop it real quick. So that's the engine. It's a 2-liter Mazda engine. Seems to run pretty fine for what it is. It's got some salt on it. I gotta clean it up, but I got some new tires for it already. These ones are definitely shot in the rear. They're pretty bald. I just got some cheap ones for now, but eventually I'll get another set of rims for slicks, and I'll probably run those for a little bit. But I'll just kind of keep these rims as my driving around town rims and clean them up and make them look nice. But everything works on it so far. I haven't found anything that's wrong with it. Got some stickers up here I gotta take out, but it looks like it was a New York car potentially. And let's pop the trunk. Pretty basic back here, nothing special. Got your useless air pump that doesn't really do. Oh, I don't know what's in here. Oh, it's a jack. Oh, and a little toolkit. That's cool. That back. That goes up there somewhere. That's fine. Not really any rusting. There's a little bit of corrosion going on up here, but overall not too bad. But yeah, this is the basic introduction of the car. Probably going to be doing some things later on it. Some ice in the wheel well. I also don't know how clean it is underneath. I haven't actually looked. It's definitely not great. Looks like I got some sound deadening hanging down over there, but probably put it up on the lift later and take a look at it. These salt cars really rust out pretty quick, but there it is. I would say the reason why I picked this car, just because of the budget. This is kind of what I was looking to spend, and you can get parts for these pretty easy. I was looking at a BRZ, but for those you kind of have to spend quite a bit more to make them go fast, and these are such a proven chassis and proven car that they're pretty easy to get going faster on a track. I mean, it's not a fast car at all. I wouldn't compare it to, you know, a Corvette or Camaro or anything, but a around a shorter track like the one I'm at, or local tracks, this is fine. This is pretty much what I need. So looking to kind of get more into it and do some learning. Overall driving, it's pretty nice. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's dinging because I don't have my seatbelt on, but I'm on private property. Forgot to mention, one of the first things I need to do is get a new battery for this. The guy that I bought it from said this one was great, and he stood by it, but he lied, unfortunately. So it's got a dead cell or something. If you shake it, it gets a good voltage, but if you let it sit and don't shake it, then it doesn't start. So I need to get a new one of these. I'm gonna get one this week, hopefully. Looks like we have an little oil leak coming out of there. But for the most part, it's pretty untouched, and that's what I was mainly wanting with this car. The last one that I looked at, it was a more track car. It had track tires. It had a roll bar. It had like a strut brace up front. It had the Moroso coolant reservoir. It had the Moroso, was this power steering or whatever it is. Had a few bits and pieces. It also had a cold air intake, but the front of it was ripped off right there. So I ended up walking away from that one. Then I looked at this one the day after, and it was a little bit more money, but it had 50,000 less miles on it, and it was untouched. So I knew what I was getting into. I would rather something that was untouched than a track car. I know this is sitting here. It's supposed to go on top of this, but since I have to keep jumping the battery, I'm going to leave it out. Hopefully, if I leave it disconnected and just shake it before I have to use it, it's fine until I get a new battery. So that'll be good. But I mean, for the most part, like I said, this one's pretty untouched. I'll probably do basic maintenance on it. I already said that I have oil change, spark plugs, and then just like a little couple things like a shift knob, and then to replace the rear antenna, I have a stubby one that I'll put on in a little bit. And then we'll kind of go from there. I'm not quite sure on what I want to do first for upgrades, but as of right now, it's just kind of making sure it's a decent car. And I want to get it up on the lift and make sure that the underbody of it is A-okay. It looked a little rusty, but I'm sure I can fix it and make it good. Just kind of put some rust prevention on it and weld some metal if there's any places missing any metal. That's not too hard. I do want to do a catch can on this. It goes from in between here to the crankcase cover. Just to help out the engine a little bit more. I did it on my Hilux, and it's actually cut a lot of oil that would have been going back into the intake. So I feel like that might help out. I wonder how this is. Ooh, oh my gosh, that's not good. Well, that needs to be fixed. Ha, that's hilarious. Wow, there's a whole rat's nest in there. That's hilarious. So yeah, I'll go ahead and clean that out. That's not good. And I was just driving it like that too. And I actually drove it home, well, to here, half an hour like that. So I'll fix that. Other than that, it doesn't really look like there was any rodents in it. There's some stuff behind the seats, but it also looked like the car is pretty dirty. Same thing with the trunk. Just looks like the car is pretty dirty. But that's actual mice stuff. Mouse was definitely in here doing something. He's probably still in there. Hello? But yeah, actually I'm gonna leave that like that so I see it. I'm glad I actually looked at that. But yeah, it doesn't look like it was crashed. I looked up here. Also, it doesn't look like any mouse. Oh, look at that down there. Doesn't look like they chewed any wires though, and usually that's what they like the most. I have a GTO and they like chewing that thing every year. So I have to put a bunch of mice stuff in it during the winter. While the alternator would not be fun. I guess if you take the battery out, you should be able to get to that pretty easy. Probably put a header on it, make that a little bit more open. I do want to do one of those engine bay open up like kits where cold air intake would go through here. This goes over there. That goes back there, I'm pretty sure. And it kind of opens up the engine bay a little bit more, so it gets a little bit more air. You can see how restrictive it is right now. But if you open it up quite a bit, I guess it cools the engine and makes it work a lot less, like harder, especially during long track days where the engine is getting heat soaked a bunch. Looks like that's a little corroded, but it's not leaking, so that's good. There's no leakage going on under it. I wonder where that little wire through the fire is. Oh, that's probably for the hood release. Just a little, I wonder if I could take this cover off. Maybe not. But yeah, just a little 2-liter. I have seen where they take the 2.5 out of the Fusion and then they put it in here, and it's considered an upgrade per se. Maybe down the road after this one blows up, but it's running pretty good right now. Hopefully that won't be a sooner rather than later thing. Hopefully I can get at least a year out of this one. I'll be happy with it. Especially if I do some maintenance on it. It should really help it live for a little bit longer. Yeah, there's no other mice stuff, but it's only in the air filter. That's crazy. And there's really not that much inside either. Like there's no, let me keys on me. Yeah, once you're in here, that's my oil change stuff. That's the battery tie down that I'm going to clean up. But it's really not, it's not bad in here. You would see some in here. The vents look fine. Back here is good. Oh, I don't even know. I guess there's a little vent back, or a cubby space back there. But yeah, that's what I was talking about. It just looks like a dirty car. It doesn't really look like mice. Down there is pretty dirty too. Vents are dirty. But I detail cars, so I'm gonna give this thing a whole detail before I start working on it. That's one of the things. You can kind of see a little bit better the paint work that I was talking about. I did put a magnet to it, and it looked fine. I don't know what really happened here, but it was definitely resprayed at some point. I was told that it was an insurance car that I bought it from a dealer that was kind of sketchy, but apparently this was a insurance car that he got from an auction. It doesn't really feel like Bondo unless they did a pretty decent job. There's a little bit of bubbling, but I mean, inside the wheel wells look fine. I do really want to get up on the lift and kind of figure out. You can see some rust back there, but it doesn't look that bad. I can always clean it up and put some rust deformer on it. But yeah, this is the car. Hopefully you like it. Stay tuned for more content on it. Hopefully build this into a decent little track car.
You feed off my attention. Well, starve.